Hey everyone, welcome to part 3 of my Star Wars Black Series and other 6-inch figure lines collection tour. We are going to cover the Return of the Jedi shelf today, right here in the middle. Before we do that, I want to show you what I've added to my prequel shelf and to my episode 4 and 5 shelf. Also, hello to all my channel members who are seeing this video early. I took the rocket boosters off of R5D4 from Target and added it to an R2D2 figure, put him on a custom hex stand, and put him in my Revenge of the Sith area. I also got a custom of the Assassin from the Bad Batch from Foxtrot Customs on Instagram. I also got a new order of custom heads from Fett Clone, including this Empire Strikes Back Luke, which I think looks so cool on my Snowspeeder Luke here. I did change out the hand as well. And then that same head with a little bit of blood on the Bespin Luke, which I also think looks cool, even though I guess his clothes should be a little bit more tattered if his face looks like that. But that's just how I have it displayed for now. But now onto the main event, which is the Return of the Jedi shelf, which is probably my favorite shelf. It's also the only full shelf I have dedicated to a single movie. And having this Jabba's Palace centerpiece just really, I feel like, breaks up the composition of the entire closet and just looks so nice. So over on the left here, we have sort of the final duel. It kind of bugs me that it's not like left to right chronologically, but with all of the Endor battle figures I have on the other side, I wanted to kind of have everything sectioned off by scene. We've got Luke on the left here with a Fett Clone head, and then Darth Vader is actually the Kenobi SH Figuarts with a Black Series cloak. I think it looks incredible. Then we've got the SH Figuarts Emperor as well as the Mafex Boba Fett. Behind the Emperor, we have the two Royal Guards that actually come with that set. They're both kind of traffic cones. They're just like solid pieces, but I like how they look. And then just Admiral Piet from the Black Series. Behind them, we have Lando with a cape from OT Customs, Admiral Akbar, and then Endor Leia with the poncho removed and the belt replaced. And then this is actually a head from a Hoth figure, which I think just looks so much better. And the hair is the same from the front, so it looks fine. I never really liked the soft goods poncho, and so I took it off and I was totally forgot that there was like an entire other look for Leia underneath there, so it felt like getting a brand new figure. Starting to move into the Jabba's Palace area, we have Rappertoonie, which was printed and painted for me by the Toxic Collector. We have the Mafex R2 with the drink tray, and then we've got Skiff Lando with a weapon that I 3D printed from my Patreon. It's a little bigger and just looks a little bit less cheap than the one that came with the Black Series figure with the metal weathering on it. And we've got Leia and Chewie, plus I've got the Imperial Light Cruiser Luke with a Fett Clone head and a 3D printed bone, as well as some bones around his feet that I found on AliExpress just to add a little bit of world building. It's kind of a shame that we still don't have a 9 Num in the Black Series, so of course I had to make my own custom here with a Rose Tico body and a head that Frederick's Figures painted for me. Then I made this Tessic figure using Bib Fortuna, DJ's cloak, Mando cape, just a whole kit bash here. The Black Series Carbonite Han on a custom stand that holds him upright. And then this Amana Man is from the Toxic Collector. And then we've got Reese, which I think I got the head from John Walker Customs and did the body myself a long time ago. I could use a little bit of work. And then this new Skiff Guard here that is from files from Skylu 3D's Patreon. And then this Max Rubo band is one of my favorite things in my collection. Frederick's Figures painted it for me. I got the files from Mono Tormsale on CG Trader. Highly recommend them. Droopy McCool's looking a little big there because he's up on a taller stand, but other than that, I think they scale perfectly with the Black Series. And now this centerpiece here of Jabba the Hutt, which Frederick's Figures repainted for me. He also made me that Ula figure, and then Tim's Toys made the Leia, and then everything else on there is from like different sets. I got some of the glass jars on Etsy, some drink cups from like the Mafex IG-11, just a whole bunch of stuff kind of thrown together here to create this mini diorama. Then we have some custom skiff guards in the back that I made using files by the Glowing Ghost that are available on my Patreon with the weapons as well. And I love the way they turned out. We don't really get this kind of world building in the Black Series, so I love being able to bring these characters to life in custom form. Anytime I can like generate new figures for the shelf, I like to do so, and so I have a ton of custom Ewoks here, just kit bashing a lot of the other Ewoks together. I took this old Stormtrooper helmet and did some weathering on it, and I love the way that turned out. Just another little feature to have on the shelf. And then we've just got a whole mix of just like different repaints and mashups of the 3 Ewok figures that we have. So these soft goods Endor ponchos are great for having them sit on the speeder bike. For just standing on my shelf, I wanted something that looked a little bit more natural, so I actually took Royal Guards in the 3.75 inch scale, took their capes off and put them over these figures. I switched out the upper arms. For Leia, I used Bouche, and for Luke, I think I used Kit Fisto's upper arms, and then just went ahead and painted those by hand. I need to airbrush it to make the camo look a little bit more like the other Endor figures. And the cowl around the neck is actually from the Jyn Erso scarf. I just cut off the rest of it. I took the Old Man Rex head from Fetclone and put it on one of my Endor soldiers here. It's just kind of a nod to that whole debate. And then behind him we have the ATST pilot, which I made myself using just a kit bash of a bunch of different figures. I do want to get a less recognizable head since I think the James McAvoy X-Men head is a little distracting. Oh, and behind him we have another skiff guard that I forgot, just a simple Nikto head on the Lando body. It was a super easy one to make. Then just some more Endor soldiers here. I did use a trench coat from a Joker figure. That's the same one that I have on Han, on that Endor trooper on the left, and then some Marvel Legends head swaps on the right, as well as another trench coat, and then that's Leia's body on the bottom right with just a different vest and a Marvel Legends head and Leia's helmet, just a whole bunch of mixed up things just to add some variety to the shelf. I used to have my Endor bunker displayed, and so I just wanted to have as many different soldiers as possible, but now I've kind of condensed that to make room for other figures, and so now we have our little Endor section just here on the shelf. This is probably my favorite shelf. I just love the way it all looks together, and I've tried to find ways to bring centerpieces to the other shelves, maybe staggering them around a little bit and just building out figures around them, because I think it just is so visually appealing. I just have like too many figures that I want to showcase in that closet, and so over here in this Detolf in my 3D printer closet, I have some of the stuff that I designed on display, mostly for when people come over and I can kind of explain to them what I do, and the closet has just remained dedicated to figures, which I really like. Each one of these has a story attached to it, different people in my life that have made things for me, different things that I've made myself, and that's what makes each of our collections unique, regardless of what it is that we're choosing to sort of showcase in our homes. Thank you so much for letting me share part of my collection with you today. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider subscribing and liking if you haven't already. Here are some other videos from the channel that you may also enjoy, and I will see you all next time.